Hello! Welcome to the Mark Mace Comics YouTube show. It has been a while, that is for sure. I think the last time I did a show was in October, the end of October last year, when I think it was Halloween actually. We did a little bit of a spooky kind of spooky draw. New comic Spook Kids. Got a little nice card there, Spook Kids. If you're reading that, that appears on my Ko-fi page. If you check in that, can you see that web address? Is it clear? Is it clear? Maybe I was about to tap that then. I was about to tap it so it goes clear on my screen. That won't work like that. Ko-fi, ko-fi.com/Mark Makes Comics. Mark with a C. We all know that. Any drawings that you do today or at any time, if you want to tag me as at Mark Makes Comics, M-A-R-C, Mark with a C, on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all the places, MySpace, TikTok, everything. And hashtag me, which is the little hashtag thing. You can hashtag me and I'll see it. You know, it'll just get out there. It will do. But yeah, so that was back in October. I hope you guys are all staying well, staying safe, keeping out of trouble. You're on half term at the moment. That means no home school, unless your parents are the worst parents in the world and they're going, hey, let's catch up this week. And you look at them like that. Yeah, so hopefully there's nobody doing that. Yeah, so it's nice to have a little bit of a break. So I thought I'd do a little show and we can do a little bit of drawing. I can do a bit of drawing. We're going to have a little bit of fun. I've got a fun little thing to do. As always, we are supported by the Lakes International Comic Art Festival, which hopefully, fingers crossed, will be taking place this year in October. So it's towards the end of the year. So fingers crossed by then, we'll be all feeling a little safer. That's for sure. And that can happen. And also, you might know that I organise a comic event here in Macclesfield, which is where I am. Not all of you watching will be in Macclesfield. Hopefully, you might be reaching out. In fact, Tanya Shirt, I know your brother, Mike Ty, Izzy and Arlo say hello from Somerset. Hello from Somerset. So there, look, I've reached Somerset. Anybody in another country, feel free to pop it in the comments. And yes, I was waffling. Oh, yeah, that was it. So I here in Macclesfield, I organise a comic event called MacPow. It's a one-day comic festival that takes place kind of like the end of June. Stay tuned for some news on that soon. I'll be posting that on my Facebook page and on the MacPow Facebook page and as many places as possible to how we can, what's going to happen this year. Okay, so as always, you know, you can head to my website after the show and you can check out some of my comics. The last time we spoke, I launched this little rascal, which I've been running on my Ko-fi page, Ko-fi. And it's my Magnum PI. The second, this was issue 1. This is how it looked. Some of you might have bought that. That was issue 1. This is issue 2. And it's a pack full of craziness, Magnum PI, 80s-based mustache frivolity. So yeah, head over there now. If anybody buys anything today, let me know you came from this show and I'll do a little special drawing because I am that nice. I am that nice, but you know that already. So yeah, as always, I'm going to do about 45 minutes today. And yeah, so what you guys are going to need, you're going to need a few things. Obviously, the phones are open. The line is open. So if anyone wants to call in, feel free to do that. If you want to pop anything in the comments, a little hello, let me know you're out there. I think a few people are watching, but say hello. I've been doing a lot of Zoom classes recently. It's quite nice because you get to see the people. Whereas here, I could be talking to no one. Who knows who's out there? Who knows? But hopefully there is somebody out there. I know Tanya Shirt, brother to Ian Ty, Izzy and Arlo are there in Somerset, so that's cool. But yeah, if you're here, say hello. And at the end, we might even do a few little requests, but I'm going to set you guys up with a fun few little tasks. So as always, you're going to need your piece of paper, okay? Your standard size, you know, I like to go with the A4. That's a good size. You know, you can hold it this way, you can hold it that way, portrait, landscape. You might have A3, you might have a huge table, you might live somewhere fancy like Hale or something like that. And the size of tables in Hale is in proportion to the size of tables, say, for instance, here in Macclesfield, is more than double. So they can definitely stand an A3 sheet of paper on their table. Hello from Douglas. Hello from Douglas and a lady called Tina. She seems nice, and I'm sure she is. I'm sure she's doing the best she can in all of this chaos. Can you please draw the Hulk on a swing? Well, it's not even that part of the show yet, so just easy there, Tiger. Okay, but you never know what might happen. So yeah, we've done the housekeeping. You know, Kofi. You can check out Magnum on there as well, and Spookids. There's 5 parts of that. Part 6, no, 4 parts of that. Part 5 comes this Friday. It drops. I drop it like it's hot on a Friday. It's a webcomic, and it will be coming in print later at the end of March. But it's nicely serialized, and it's cool. It's spooky. It's weird. It's got monsters. It's science fiction, and it has B. Arthur from the Golden Girls, which is always ticking a lot of boxes for the kids. Fantastic. So you're going to need your paper. You're going to need your pens. I have mine in my felt pen Fez, obviously. So if you've got your pens nearby in a suitable container, give them a little shake the old pens like that. No one knows why, but I've still not received the golden handshake from Crayola. No one's got in touch with me yet. So if anybody knows anybody at Crayola, you just need to tell them I'm sending a lot of business their way. You know, they're getting a lot of free promo. So if they want to send me like a few boxes of felt pens as a thank you, I will definitely take those off them. So yeah, so you know, just let's get that out there. The awkward part there. And of course, you obviously need to stay hydrated through all this chaos anyway. I'm going with the classic tap water. I've actually cut this with a little bit of juice today, a little bit of elderflower cordial. Well, for me, well, for my home, it's delicious. So yeah, so get yourselves a suitable glass with a suitable the drink of your choice. And also, you're going to need something to decant that water into said glass. I'm going with June the Jug. Obviously, we all know what happened to Douglas the decanter last year, but we don't want to dwell on that too much. This is, you know, a family show. We don't want to sort of lower the mood, do we? So yes, right. So you know, we've got to stretch it out again. The phones are open, so if you want to give me a call. So I'm going to retire, not from cartooning. I'm just going to retire to my flip chart here. You know how it goes. I'm even wearing the shirt today in honor. Nothing below the fish. Remember that? Nothing below the fish. I always throw in a line. He started with a line basically, and then you know lines are so boring. They're so dull. So I drop the fish down here, and you can't even see him. He's down here. You can see the little thing. Trust me, I'm drawing a fish. He is there. But yeah, nothing below the fish. And basically, it's the first rule of cartooning. See what you see in there? It's the first rule of cartooning: nothing below the fish. If you draw anything below a fish in any normal circumstance, no one can see it. It literally is unseeable. It doesn't exist basically. So yeah, that's something to think about. So what we're going to do, we're going to go with. I've got a little list here of fun things to draw. And we're going to draw a few random things, and I'm going to show you how, even though they're random, you can connect everything together quite surprisingly, and also we're going to have fun just drawing some random things. So does anybody want to drop in the comments a number from 1 to 9? 1 to 9. You've got to do it fast though, because otherwise I'm going to just jump in. I'm just going to jump in. Right, no one's done it. No one's that fast. Okay, right, I'm going to go with the monster. We're going to start off with the monster of your choice, okay? So the monster of your choice basically is like when we draw a robot. It's basically you creating a monster, it's creating a creature. We'll go with 8 after this one, okay? It's creating a creature. So as we know, I like to start with the eyes. It's a monster. Is it a scary monster? Is it a friendly monster? Who knows? So I'm going to go. The numbers that are coming in now, I will then use those next. So that's good, cool. Right. So I'm going to go with he's at least a little grumpy, okay, and he's got his eyes like that. So these are his eyes. So I've done the brow there, okay, with the two kind of half eyes, kind of half an egg, okay, with the little black circles in there. Well, I'm going with blue, so obviously, so we're doing it that way. And then with it being monsters, it's like anything goes really. It's like, where do you go from here? So I'm going to go with an ear like this, okay? This is kind of my ear of choice for creatures of this variety at the moment. You kind of go through phases. You'll know that yourself. You go through a phase where if you're drawing something, if you're doing anything, you kind of do things a certain way, for a period of time. You kind of get comfy with that. So these are the ear of my choice when I'm creating creatures of this kind of nature. And I'm going to go, I'm going to go like that. So this is the monster. So you can follow me along, or you can draw. It's the monster of your choice. This is the monster of my choice. If you think I don't know what to draw, you can follow this one. We've got the ear, we've got the eyes, we've got this kind of mouth, kind of like rubbery lips kind of thing, like that, kind of Mick Jagger kind of lips. And I'm going to do teeth. Let's get some just sort of jagged teeth in there. Let's throw those rascals in there. Okay. So, and then these are for the detail fans, a couple of little dings, ding, ding, and then the dings underneath the eyes. I always kind of like to do that on the eyes, just that little, so it's like the little, you know that look. If you want to know what they look like in real life, just look at one of your parents, look at their eyes, and you'll just see there's just like line after line, and their eyes are just like that. And when you're talking to them, it looks like they could fall asleep at any time, and that's because they could. So yeah, and now the head. So I'm going to go kind of like this kind of shape, like that, So when you're thinking about monsters, you think about things that look different, creatures. So do different kinds of shapes. So if you've never seen a person with a head this kind of shape, then draw something that is a shape that you might not associate with a person, even though we're drawing cartoons. So that helps you to differentiate between the head of a cartoon person and the head of a monster person. Okay, then I'm going to get in there a couple more lines. The creasier the better, I think. So now I'm going to come down here. Let's have a think. I'm going to do a neck. I don't tend to do necks. If you know my comics, I don't tend to do necks. So this is quite alien for me, but I'm doing it anyway. So it's got a neck. Is it he? Is it she? Who knows? Who knows? And so now we want to now make. So let's have a think. So we're going to go. I tell you what. So here we go. I'm going to go like this with a little collar, and he's got a little thing around his neck like that, and maybe it's got an initial. And we're going to go with D for Douglas because Douglas is watching. So we've got a little D in there. So this is kind of like his little collar. Okay. So maybe that means this is a monster that's owned by somebody. It's a pet almost. And now I'm going to draw a kind of a body like that. I think like that. Okay. It's a funny looking body. But it's a funny looking monster, and the funnier you make things look, the more fun they are to draw, and the more fun they are for people to have a look at them. So I'm going to finish that off there like that. A couple of little legs like this. Obviously, this monster is wearing boots of some sort, and high heel boots, I think. That's always kind of funny. Again, what might be funny to draw, what might be funny to see? A monster with high heel boots, definitely. And so we've got this body kind of here now. Now we can do anything we want at this point. So I'm going to do like a big belt buckle like this. So it's basically like a big sort of an oval. And then I always like to just go the classic, just with the same kind of shape inside it. Okay, doesn't have to be perfect. That's why we're using the felt pens. For those of you who've never drawn with me before, I'm all about felt pens and paper. Pencils and rubbers where you can rub it out and start again and try and get it perfect. Right, essentially, saying is perfect. Okay. It's just all about having fun and just getting some lines on a piece of paper and seeing what happens. Okay. So we've got a belt buckle here, and then you just want to go 1, 2, 1, 2, or 1, 2, 3, 4. Depends how you say it really. And then the little belt thingies, and the belt thingies are the things that hold the belt on. They're just called belt thingies. Then like that, ding, 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 ding. Okay. And by doing the 2 on this side and then just a 1 on this side, you start to give shape. So it's not just a flat drawing. You're showing like the curve kind of the shape by showing that you can see more on this side than you can see on this side, just by putting the 1 there and even moving the belt buckle slightly off center. So it's more kind of, so imagine there was a line here, kind of like that. The kind of center would be kind of here. Okay. So let's, for the sake of argument, say that this monster is wearing trousers. So I've put a couple of ding dings here, kind of like the creases. That's how I kind of show the creases kind of thing. And so we've got a number of ways we can go. Let's think about arms. Okay, I'm going to put an arm in here. Okay, like that, with these little monstery kind of fingers here, like that. Okay, and then let's have a think. Yeah, let's do it. So I'm going to do this shape here, like that. It's going to tuck it behind there, like that. Okay. So we've kind of got like a sleeveless shirt on. You know what monsters are like. Sleeveless shirts are go where they come from. So yeah, he's got his little shirt. So this now we now know he's got a shirt on of some nature. Okay. You could put a line in here and another line there, and then put a little belly button there. Could be like a little bit of a crop top. Could be like kind of a monster. crop top kind of monster. You know what I'm talking about. Bonus points if you've got room or you've drawn it big enough where you can show the fluff in the belly button, because that's quite important. One for me. Oh, elderflower. And one for my homies. That's you guys. Right, so we've got an arm here. He could be a one-armed monster, who knows? But I'm gonna put in a couple of wings, not the pop group fronted by Paul McCartney. No, a couple of wings like this. Winged. He's a winged creature. So let's get three little sort of kind of like wingy bits. That's what they're known as, the wingy bits. And then we're going to come in like that, okay? Right, just like that. Like Tommy Cooper would say, just like that. That's my Tommy Cooper impression. And I've got a fez. I want to do more, but I'm not. I'm not going to do any more. Water bowl. Okay. So another arm. So let's get another arm. I'm going to go with this now. So he's doing this kind of stance. He's got this stance here. Not to be confused. A stance isn't to be confused with a stanza, which apparently is the brand new word for a paragraph. Okay. You might have been doing the homeschooling, and you might have noticed that your children have been talking about stanzas, and a stanza is a paragraph, and no one knows what a stanza is, so much so that whenever it's referenced in homeschooling, in brackets after stanza it says paragraph. Okay, so there you go. And stanza should not be confused with Tony Danza from the TV show Who's the Boss. So there you go. So as you'll notice, I've got the little wobble lines here near the wings, and they show the kind of a little bit of the movement. And then we've got room to tuck another one kind of here. But again, you don't have to worry about finishing all the lines. We've got like this kind of bit here. We know it's tucking behind there, and we kind of just put it in there. You can't show it all because I've put this little wobble lines here. Have I confused things a little bit? Possibly. But have I saved it? I like to think so. So you put the little wobble lines there. So as soon as you put the wobble lines in there, it starts to make it look, it takes it from being a picture and starts it being a cartoon, starts it to become part of a comic where things are happening, okay, where the characters are going somewhere, or characters are doing something. So this is the monster. It's this is the set piece, this is the main piece of this drawing. The monster of your choice. You can, if you wish, add a little bit of detail. He's got a few jewels in here. It's a jeweled necklace. Look at that beautiful, nice little collar. And you might have a cat who wears something like that. Might have like a punk rock kind of collar. And yeah, so we've got our monster of choice. Okay, and you can add a couple of little scaly bits here and a couple of little ding dings, just to add for the detail fans. I like to add a little bit of detail, and anything you put in there in your drawings like that just adds a little bit more something to it, a little bit more something, a little bit of je ne sais quoi. You know what I'm talking about. Is it je ne sais? I'm not sure. I'm not sure whether that's the right one. I think it is. A little bit of I don't know what. For anybody French out there watching, please feel free to correct me. Tanya Shirt, maybe she speaks French. So we've got the monster of our choice. We're now going to quickly, we're going to up the pace a little bit now. Okay, so we've got with Tanya Shirt, sister of Ian Ty, came in with number 8, and 8 is a milkshake. So let's put a milkshake somewhere here. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to draw these random things and see potentially how they might actually connect together, or we might be able to connect them together with the position or the other things that we're going to draw. So I'm going to do a glass like this, and I think I'm going to go with a milkshake glass like that. It's got its kind of like, it looks a little bit like a beer glass, or if you're in France, a bière glass. I don't know the French for glass. I should do. And then you've got that, you've got the froth kind of thing, because it's a very creamy milkshake. And we've got that bit there. And always, it's not a milkshake unless it's got a straw in it. And I always just like to do the stripy straws. And then at the end of the straw, you can just do the little things like that. So maybe this monster is, oh, he's got a bit of it. Let's give him a little bit of, we can add that to him. Okay. So now, is he drooling? Because, so point and turn, remember that. It's been a while. If I do like that, I miss it. So if I'm trying to, oh, it's not too close, not too bad. Point and turn. So just by adding that, is he drooling because he's seen the milkshake? Because it looks kind of full. Looks like no one's drunk yet. However, I have done this here. Maybe an error or maybe on purpose. I've shown this, which is the base of the glass. It could be a very, very thin milkshake, so you could see the inside. Or it could be a milkshake that's been drunk by this monster, and all that's left is the creamy froth. Because sometimes you can't get it all. You've got to scoop it out with a spoon, or you've got to get your tongue in there and lick it. It can all get a bit messy. So maybe this is an empty milkshake. So, but you can be the decider of that. I'm going to go with number 2, which is flowers. Okay, flowers. So, draw along as well. So let's get some flowers in this. Think about flowers. Think about what flowers look like. Think about how you can interpret flowers. You might think, when you think flowers, you might think flowers as in flowers to make things with, like flowers, bread flowers. You might be a baker, you might be a pizza maker. There's a number of those in Macclesfield where I live. Shout out to, I'm going to give some shout outs to Flour, Water, Salt. Of course, they make the nicer pizza, and obviously the fantastic bread. My friend June from the Mill Bakehouse, she makes great bread, great pita bread. It's fantastic. They actually make great pizzas. So there you go. It's everything's coming together. And there was one more who might be just escapes me. It escapes me. Apologies for that. Who might be using the flour? But yeah. And a lot of parents might be making flowers. So you might go with flowers, as in flowers, bags of flour, or you might go with the classic flowers. I'm going to go with flowers like this, and again, it's just simple. I'm going to put them in a vase, okay, like that, right, like that, vase like that, or a vase, as they say in America, or your children might say, because they watched too many American shows and they might walk around the house thinking they're American. Hey there, hey, and they might be saying things like that. That's what kids are like. Yes, we've got flowers. If you want to throw in, so I'm going to tick off the list. We've got flowers. We've got the monster of our choice. We've got a milkshake. If you want to drop me another one, you can do. But if you don't, I'm going to go with, okay, let's go with a fish with a hat. Okay, a fish with a hat. So this is where we can start really integrating. This monster's number 4. Okay, Tanya's shirt. I will go with number 4 next. But fish with a hat, we can really start to integrate things now. So I'm going to do this. This is my choice. You might be already on the fish with a hat train. You might be just drawing it. Okay, but I'm going to put my fish in here. He's inside the milkshake. Okay, so he's like that, and he's smiling, obviously, because if you're a fish and you're inside a milkshake, you'd be pretty pleased with yourself. And he's wearing a nice cap, like a trucker's cap. From again, and maybe it has NYC on it. NYC is very small. You might not be able to NYC that. I'm just going to take a brief moment to enjoy that joke. Yeah. All right. Okay. So NY, you might not be able to NYC that. Speaking of NYC, I got a newspaper today, all the way from NYC, and it's this newspaper here, the Brooklyn. Say it out loud, the Brooklyn Red Hook Star Review. Check out that rascal. Came all the way from America. Okay, look at that. Okay, it's a free paper. Look at that, free. And it was free to me because it got sent to me through the post because I do this comic in here. I'm actually telling you a slight lie. This isn't actually the copy that came today. That's downstairs, but this is to hand. Okay, and my comic appears inside there. Look at that. Check that out. In a newspaper. my hot dog and mustard comic, and I'll be collecting those comics together because they haven't been. I put out a hot dog and mustard comic a couple of years ago, 3 years ago, nearly actually, and which is this one. Some of you might have that, okay? And that was I've been doing that comic for that newspaper for about 2 years, maybe a little bit longer, and I'm going to collect all those strips together in the second edition of Hot Dog and Mustard. That's going to come out. I think Spoo Kids and Hot Dog and Mustard both come out at the end of March. Okay, so there you go. I digress, but it's my show. You want to digress? Get your own show. That's what I'm saying. Okay, so we've got our fish in there. And just to show us a fish, he's got his little bit of, the bubbles to show, because he's in the liquid. Okay, so that's quite nice. I like that little fish. He's cool. And he's happy he's in a milkshake. So here we go again. So we've got the cream here. Is it a very thin milkshake, or was it water in the glass and somebody started to make a milkshake and then decided not to? I don't know. I don't make this up, although I probably do. So we did the fish, which was this one, fish with a hat. You might have chosen a different kind of hat. That's cool. Let's go with number 4, a carrot. A carrot. Okay, a carrot. So let's do. We've got a carrot. Let's have a think. What we're gonna do. Okay, I'm gonna do this. Right, and you're gonna have to trust me. Okay, I'm gonna do this like that. Okay, I'm gonna do this, and it's the carrot like that. Okay, and it's a carrot. Okay, right. So that is a carrot. It is a carrot. You can tell you've got the carroty kind of lines, the carrot lines, and the little bit of the tuft of leaf for when they get pulled out of the ground. They're pulled out of the ground. Okay. That's what those leaves are for, so you can pull them out of the ground. Okay, so we've got the carrot, number 4. So that's quite a simple one. The carrot. I'm just going to leave the carrot hanging there. Okay, all right. Okay, you know what's happening, but I'm leaving it there for a minute. Okay, then we're going to go with Tina. Tina Test says 3. Wow. Okay, it's like we're in tune here. A carrot, and now on my list, no word of a lie, a parrot. Okay, so a carrot and a parrot. Okay, you can see where I'm going with this. So let's get a parrot here. It's a shocked parrot because he can't believe that there's a carrot there. Parrots kind of have a smooth head, I think, like this. They might have a couple of little feathers like that, and then they've got the wings, similar to the wings here, but their kind of wings are like that, I think, like that. There you go. And let's have a think. I've not drawn a parrot for a while. Here we go. He's coming in now. There you go. It's all coming back to me. And then he's coming in. He's flying in. Okay, with his little parrot legs. They've got like the kind of like little lines on there like that. And he's got his feet. They're tucking behind the monster here, and he's kind of like that. He's got a smile. He's a smiling parrot. And then so we're going to show a little swirly thing like that because he's flying in. He's a parrot that loves a carrot. He can't believe, and so you get the little wobble lines on here to show the little bit of movement. All right, like that. You get that? Okay, you got that? Beautiful. Okay, Tanya's shirt's gone in with a 5. It's like it's writing itself. This right, carrot, right. What is happening here is this, right? Because now I'm going to add this. From outer space, right? From I don't know, the planet Rabbit or something like that. They have fired a carrot at the Earth, okay? They fired a carrot at the Earth, okay? Our friend Douglas, the monster of our choice, is basically hanging out. He's thinking about having his milkshake. Well, he's got to wait for his friend, the fish. For the sake of argument, let's call him Fred the fish. Wait for Fred the fish to wake up so we can get him out of there, right? He's got a nice vase or a vase of flowers, right? And the monster is pretty upset This is why his wings are starting to go, because he's thinking, am I going to have to sort this or not? Because the rabbits from the Planet Rabbit have fired a carrot at the Earth, okay? And it's flying down and it's going to land in the milkshake, okay? It's coming, it's on a collision course for that. It's going to cause all sorts of problems. So the army have deployed a solitary parrot to catch the to catch the carrot, and he's now racing in. However, they weren't quite sure whether the parrot was going to get there in time. So the Russians, the pesky Russians, they sent one of their notorious rockets. So number 5 is a rocket, and that's coming in here. Okay, they've sent in a rocket to hopefully neutralize the threat of the flying in carrot. Okay, so it's a rocket, it's blasting in from Russia. So Russia is this way. For any geography fans out there, if you look on the map, Russia's this way. That's how you know where Russia is. If your teacher says to you in homeschooling, where's Russia, he just goes this way. All right. And or even if your teacher says to you in real life, where's Russia, you go this way, but they might then choose to come towards you because you've gone this way, but you say, no, stop right there, I'm saying Russia's this way, you can stay right there. Okay. Right, I think it's cordial's going to my head. So we've got the rocket here, it's blazing in. Okay, you know, it's blazing in, and you've got a parrot, a carrot, and a rocket. Okay, hit me with another number. We've got one number left. We've got 2 numbers left. We've got a 7 or a 9. 1. Oh no, we've done the 1 was the fish, because I picked that one, I think, because you're a bit slow on the mark. 7, a hot dog. A hot dog. 7 is a hot dog. Okay, and so now we look at this. Okay, we will look at the hot dog and we think, where can a hot dog go? You could just throw a hot dog in there. You could just throw a hot dog in there. Maybe you could think that the UK have sent a parrot to attack the carrot. The Russians have sent a rocket, and the Germans, the Germans, they've decided to try and neutralize it with their weapon of choice, which is the bratwurst, or a hot dog. So we're going to go with the classic hot dog in a bun. It's easier to throw. If you throw a sausage a solitary sausage on its own, it becomes a bit more like a boomerang, and it's a good chance it might come back. Okay. Whereas if you throw it in a roll, the weight of the roll carries it. You see, it carries it. In fact, you could do that as an experiment tomorrow. That's Thursday for you. I want you to cook up some sausages and just keep some separate, and then put some others in a bun. Maybe lay something out on the floor, so nothing lands on a dirty floor. And I want you to do an experiment of the throwing a sausage and see whether it comes back, and then throwing the sausage in a bun and seeing how far you can get it. Okay. And the reason you cover the floor is because once it's all on the floor, you can still pick it up and eat it. Okay. So we're going with the bun. Okay. But that's tomorrow. This is today. We're going with the bun like that, and it's got the bratwurst in it like that. It's a bratwurst, and let's just put a little steam on it there, and it's flying in. So you've got the wobble there. Okay, it's flying in, and the bun. Maybe it's a seeded bun. Everybody likes that kind of thing, and it's flying in from where was it flying in from? It was flying in from Germany. Okay, and they're just throwing them at them. So it's coming in this way as well. You've got the hot dog there as well, like that, and then you've got the ketchup. Let's get the ketchup. It's splatting off it like that. Okay. And we've got the ketchup, we've got the seeded bun like that, the ketchup, and they're just throwing them in left, right, and centre. They're just flying in hot dogs. You could maybe even just Some of them have flown out of the bun, so they're trying the thing as well. You know, they look a little bit like worms, but that's okay. And they've got the sausages. Everything's flying in like that. Okay, so there's a lot of focus on this carrot. So, and number 9, we're rounding this off with number 9. Okay, here we go. Un croissant. Okay, un croissant. And for those of you who don't speak fluent Spanish, fluent French like I do, that's 1 croissant. Okay? And a croissant, if you don't know what that is, I can't help you. A croissant basically is a nice little French pastry, classic. It's the classic. And you get it with a little bit of butter, maybe a little bit of jam, nice and warm. And they kind of look. So I'm going to draw a sample one down here. So croissants kind of look like this. You know, you kind of like that, like that, like that, like that. They're kind of like that. Okay, and you can put the little lines on there. They're ding, 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 like that. That is a croissant. And I might just leave it at that. Or if we think about it, we've got the rocket from Russia, we've got the carrots from the Planet Rabbit, we've got the parrots, we're sending it in. The Germans are firing bratwurst in buns and also on their own, and maybe the French, God bless them, are throwing in some croissants which are very, very, very boomerang shaped. So you know there's a possibility, but the French aren't stupid because they know that if you're going to throw a croissant, you want it to come back because then you get to enjoy the croissant. Très bien, okay. That's how they say. That's what they say. Oh, oui. And so yeah. So and there, can you believe it? We've done 9. We've definitely done 9. That's the 9-step process there to having fun and bringing together lots of different characters to create a fun. I want to put a little bit of sizzle on this hot dog there. A fun drawing where you can connect things together. You can start to tell a story, which is basically what comics and cartoons are all about. It's drawing pictures and then drawing other things and maybe drawing those pictures again to tell a story and visually tell a story. So we haven't even got any words on here, and we've told a million stories about the attack of the carrot, the milkshake, the fish living in it, the flowers, the random croissant, Douglas the monster. All these kind of things are going on. And we've got this fantastic drawing, and I hope yours are just as much full of life as mine is. I'm sure they are. So what I want you to do is I'd like you to share those drawings with me. Again, we mentioned before, you can at me, at Mark Meets Comics, MARC, or you can hashtag me, throw that on the old social media. And I think it's only fair because this is the first show for such a long time. I'm sorry I haven't been able to do any over the lockdown like I did last time, but I might be able to squeeze a couple in before we go back to school, which hopefully will be soon. So I'll see. So this, you've not seen the last of me. I'll definitely come back in Easter or something like that. The tea is going. It's not even finished yet. We're still on. We've got time for some calls. So, oh, hang on a sec. Let's have a see. Let's see who this might be. Hello. Oh my word. It's Greedo from Star Wars. Yeah, you know Star Wars. Yeah, Greedo. Greedo, how are you doing? But you've been shot. No, he did shoot first. He did. I know, I don't care what you say, Greedo. Han shot first. They can mess with these films all they want. Han Solo shot first. But it's nice to hear that I understand he's calling from the past. Because of course Star Wars was a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. He's calling from even longer time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Before. So that's the magic of this phone, isn't it, really? Oh, how you doing, Greedo? Thanks for watching the show. Yeah, it is nice to be back. It's nice to be doing this again. Got Tanya's shirt on. Yep. Sister of Ian Ty, and Tina, just Tina. She doesn't go with a surname. She just comes in with Tina. She's like Madonna or Prince or Diana, Queen of Hearts. I know. It's the way you tell them, Greedo. So right, Greedo, you want to open up a bit of a challenge, Mark? Yeah, we've got about 5 minutes. Tanya's shirt's going. Don't go, Tanya. We're going to do some requests. Greedo, what are you going with? The classic. Oh, I know a guy called Douglas. He's going to be happy with that one. All right. Thanks a lot for ringing, Greedo. Take care. Stay well. Bye-bye. Greedo, ladies and gentlemen, from A New Hope. We all know that Han Solo shot first, don't we? Of course we do. So we're going to go with Greedo, and Greedo's choice, obviously, because Greedo is a little, say bye to the picture. Greedo is a little bit of a rascal. Greedo would like me to go in honor of Douglas. He would like me to draw Greedo in a go-kart. Okay, so Greedo in a go-kart. So I'm going to just get the old line in there. Let's throw the line in. I'm just going to throw it in there, nice and fast. Let's get it in there. Get the fish in. All right, get the fish. I sense my pen is about to run out, but we can still do this with. Let's have a see whether this one works any better. Message retracted. Oh my gosh, what did she say? What did she say? We've got the pen, we've got the pen there. That one's running out as well. It's a lot of hot pen action. Let's go with this one then. Let's get we've got a red. Let's get what's going on here. That's working. There we go. So we're going with Greedo. So Greedo in a go-kart. So like this. Greedo's kind of like that. And then he's got kind of like the lips from my little creature from before. He's kind of got a human ear, right, as Greedo. And then he's got these kind of thingies here at the top with his little head. And they're kind of like little antennae kind of thing. I think they kind of moved around when he was talking. And then Greedo's kind of like that. He's got the neck as well. It's the classic, isn't it? I don't think Greedo had teeth, so I'm not going to put teeth on him. I'm going to put the little scaly bits here on him now. And Greedo, now he's got his hands, he's in a go-kart, as requested by Greedo, in honor of Douglas, because my friend Douglas always likes to draw, likes me to draw Star Wars characters riding go-karts. And so Greedo's in the go-kart. Let's get the go-kart here. You can still see it, of course you can, yeah. And then we get the wheels in here, and that one's in the back, so we just do it like that. Get the old thing like that. Go-kart, it's whizzing along. Okay, wobble wobble, and we get a little puff of smoke there. And Greedo he's got his arms like that, and then Greedo kind of has his kind of thing. He's got a stripy thing like that. Looks a little bit like he's not got a hairy chest. We're not going to draw that. And then that is Greedo, and I want to draw teeth, but I'm not going to draw teeth. There you go. It's Greedo in a go-kart for Douglas. Okay, and it's got a door on it there, of course, because how else will he get out of it? And this one has also got an exhaust on it as well with a little bit of more. There, look at that. It's a fancy go-kart. Fantastic. Can you do a Baby Yoda on a skateboard? Okay, Baby Yoda on a skateboard. That looks like, let's have a think where we're going to put this. Okay, here you go. Baby Yoda on a skateboard. He's got his little nose. He's got his ear like that. And he's got his lines like that because he's still... he's happy like that, obviously, because he's Baby Yoda. Baby Yoda is happy, apart from when he's getting captured by the bad guys. And he's on a skateboard. I'm getting ahead of myself here. Has he got the? He doesn't have the wrinkles, does he? Really? He's not got the wrinkles like Yoda just yet, even though he is old. He's got a little bit of hair. Let's stick that on there. And we're gonna do. He's coming in. He's on the skateboard, and his little legs here like that. He's got his little feet, and he's on the skateboard like that. Okay, the skateboard's coming in like that from this side. And he is. Let's have a see. He's got his arms out like that, and he's got his other one in his little Yoda pocket like that. And he's got his thing. Looks like he's wearing a coat there. He actually is. That's his skateboard coat. And there he is. There he is. Look at that. Max Rebo in a go-kart. Douglas. Max Rebo basically is kind of like an elephant, isn't he? And like that. He's a big blue, and he's kind of like that. And he's driving a go-kart. He's actually having a race with Greedo, Max Rebo. That's a classic. The Max Rebo band. And he's having a go-kart race, a little similar to the pod race in everybody's favorite Star Wars film, The Phantom Menace. Yeah, right. And he's kind of driving like that, and then he's like that. He's got his little lines. He's got it for the detail fans, and that is Max Rebo. And he's also got it tucked in under his arm his special Max Rebo flute. I think he doesn't play the flute. Oh no, he's carrying that for his bandmates. Max Rebo plays the keyboard thing, doesn't he? And that is Max Rebo in a go-kart having a race with Greedo. This one's come out of nowhere, hasn't it? I didn't even know you were watching. First time somebody springs up to grace us with their presence. They've been here the whole time, right? They've been here the whole time. They've kept very low key, and then suddenly they come in with a whammy of Obi-Wan Kenobi fighting General Grievous. They put a please at the end of it, but they've literally double whammied me there. Okay, so General Grievous, bit of a troublemaker, a bit of a controversial character, and he's kind of like a skeleton, isn't he? I'm trying to think he's kind of got a face like this, and then he's kind of like that, I think, and then he's got this, and then he's got kind of like a crack kind of thing like that. He's got a lot of arms as General Grievous. He also kind of hunches over. So in this one, he's hunching. There's a lot of hunching, and then he's got robot legs. I think he's part robot. So his shoes are hidden behind here. He's standing nearby Max Rebo, and he's got one of his arms, just the one of his arms is coming here, and he's holding a lightsaber. I think, from what I remember, he collected lightsabers from the Jedi that he would have killed. So he used to open up his coat, very similar to a salesman who open up and has all their things on the inside of their coat. And he used to open up and say, I've got a few lightsabers. Who wants one? And so that's General Grievous there. And he's a robot guy. So he's just throwing a few more robot-y bits like that. And he used to breathe funny as well. Like he kind of maybe was finding it hard to breathe, breathing kind of difficulties. It was a link to Darth Vader. It was a funny old thing. So there's General Grievous in all his glory. There's probably a few bits missing there, but you've blindsided me there. You've got to give me a chance. And then we're going to come in with Obi-Wan Kenobi. Now, of course, when Obi-Wan was fighting him, Obi-Wan was the younger Obi-Wan Kenobi, as played by Ewan McGregor. That is actually how you pronounce his name, Ewan McGregor. He's from a place called Scotland. If you know anybody else from Scotland, then you're lucky, because the people from Scotland are nice. And he's like this. He had his hair was shorter in this film, and he's coming in now. So it's coming out. This is action pose, okay? Action pose. And we're going with this hand like that, and he's got the lightsaber here. It's coming out. He's blazing off here, okay, like that, okay, because he's swinging the arms around like that. It's action pose, and then his legs. He's leaping into action with his Jedi legs, his Jedi agility. He's leaping in, and he's going to literally, collide with General Grievous like that. And there, my friends, is Obi-Wan Kenobi fighting General Grievous. We've got put a few things in there. He's coming at him, and General Grievous is kind of looking at us as if to say, yeah, right, not a chance. So that is it. Thank you so much for all. I don't think I've got any more. No, I think that's good. So thank you very much for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed this today. I hope you found it fun, and it's inspired you to do some other things. Feel free to show me your drawings, like I say. Tag me at Mark Makes Comics, Mark with a C. You can find my web shop, markmakescomics.co.uk, and you can go to my Ko-fi page, ko-fi.com/Mark Makes Comics, Mark with a C, to check out lots of free comics. There's lots of free comics in there, which are quite cool. Wacko Man and stuff like that, and some hot dog and mustards. I talked about that before. And my twice monthly Spook Kids comic, Spook Kids, which is it's one of my most favorite things I've been doing recently. It's a fun comic. It's weird. It's wonderful, and I hope you enjoy it. So until the next time, stay tuned. Post it on my Facebook and whatever to find out when the next one will be. I will do another one soon. Until then, stay well, keep yourselves out of trouble and have a nice rest. Enjoy your half term and take it easy. Thank you. See you later. Bye.